Welcome. We are your hosts, Chris and Tammy.
In this podcast, we dive into the mindset for networking strategies and skills you'll need to build a solid foundation to build a global business.
We've built a multi-million-dollar business and have mentored thousands of people around the globe in the last 25 years. You know, when I talk about untangling some of your habits and prioritize, these are the questions that you need to ask yourself as you're listing and doing inventory. I'm telling you, it may seem like going through a root canal if you're like me to do these things, but they are so important, right? What is the priority? What are your priority? What's important to you in your life? And sometimes, and I know I've often mothers, they forget about themselves, and everybody comes first, and she's last. And I've seen my mom going through this, and obviously our kids have grown up now. Things are a little bit different, but see, the fact is you have to prioritize what are the priorities, right? How is it important? How is this important? So again, list them all and then ask you these questions. What are the other factors, the components, right? Like, in other words, some things may not seem important, but they might be very important on the grand scheme of things, because if you don't do some of those things, well, the other things is never going to manifest. It's never going to happen. So again, ask yourself, what are the other factors, the components? How important are they? How important is it to you? And something that sometimes we forget, we look at the laundry and the dishes and everything else. I mean, the dishes, they're in the sink right now. Once this training is done, I will do the dishes. But prior to that, we prepare, we organize ourselves. We did all of these things. We did our calls, we did our follow-ups, we did our trainings, we prepare what's coming. And then this is not a priority, but it will get done because we don't want to live in a messy house. So again, you just have to prioritize what's important in the time, right? What is the hierarchy scales of the importance of 1 to 10, right? So you look at all of these things when you start untangling your habits of the things that you do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the least. Where does it scale? And do an inventory. I'm telling you, by doing this, it may change your life completely, because you will have so much more time to do the things that matters, opposed to wasting your time with 80% of the things that don't matter.
Okay, so what is important is seldom urgent, and what is urgent is seldom important. Dwight Eisenhower, 34th President of the United States. We've all seen this graph many times in different formats. But at the end of the day, you need to create this graph here for your personal life, okay? From urgent to not urgent to not important to important. So write that down, you guys. Make your graph, because this has to be your personal graph, okay? So what are the things that you need to do now? And everything is based on results, to get a result on what you want to achieve. And I switched my routine so that I can get the result that I'm looking for. And we started adding a few different things. So this is on my things I need to do during the day to achieve that specific goal. So in your business, you have to decide what it is that you're gonna do, and just focus on the do's, and just decide to do it, and write down the things that you need to schedule the time to do.
Focus on what you can control and what you can manage and what you can actually create. That's what you need to focus your time in.
Yeah, so obviously the bottom portion is where you need to write down the things that you need to delegate. I know there's things that I want to delegate more of, and I'm writing the things down that I can delegate more of, and then what needs to be deleted. That's going to help you in your calendaring on what you need to do in your calendaring, okay? And then time blocking 101. I mean, that's a course in itself. But the goal is to schedule it, whatever it is that you plan to do. You want to task it. What is the task requirement for that specific goal that you're putting down, you want to overdraft it, which means you need more time. How many times did you give yourself a certain amount of time and it took another 10, 20 minutes? Because things happen. You know, life gets in the way. Things happen sometimes. So you just got to give it that extra layaway time. So you're not under pressure. And you want to follow and continue your schedule. So it's better to overdraft each thing that you say you're going to do. So if you schedule, I don't know, you're going to be on prospecting. You're going to be whole focus on connecting and talking to new people. And you scheduled maybe 2-hour segment to do that. Put 2 hours, 20 minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes. Okay. So whatever it is, do what you need to do. All of you know where you are in your businesses. We know where we are in our businesses. So we know how much time we need to be doing all of these categories. So if you don't have an organization, or you have an organization, but they're really not doing anything and they're not interested in doing anything, today is day one. So your tasks and scheduling time should be new people, new business. Okay, you got to be spending a lot of time doing that and making new connections. And then the Pomodoro, it is about working smart and getting faster results in less time. And of course, energy map it, which is probably something, I don't know if you've heard of it, but I heard of it for the first time this year. And that it was an aha moment for me. Huge.